Married my best friend's brother for a visa. Most people broke the law. We broke our hearts instead. I never imagined I'd marry for anything other than love. But when Leo needed help to stay in the country, I said yes. He was my best friend Claire's older brother, a quiet, kind art student from Spain with soft eyes and a smile that made you forget how complicated life could be. His student visa was about to expire, and if he got deported, he'd lose everything. I was a broke artist, living off instant noodles and overdue rent notices. He offered me money, enough to cover my bills and a little more. But I didn't do it for that. I did it because I couldn't stand the thought of him leaving. The courthouse wedding was simple. No dress, no flowers, just 2 signatures and a lie. We told ourselves it was temporary, just paperwork. But from the moment he slid the ring on my finger, something inside me shifted. We started living together because immigration required proof, shared photos, couple routines, a believable love story. But soon, pretending felt too easy. He'd cook breakfast, hum songs in Spanish, and leave notes on my sketchpad saying, "You're more talented than you think." One night, after too much wine and laughter, we almost kissed. Almost. Then Claire found out. She stormed into our apartment, furious. "You married my brother? For a visa? Are you insane?" I tried to explain, but the words fell apart. She looked at me like I'd stolen something sacred, her trust. She slammed the door and didn't come back. A week later, immigration officers came. They questioned us separately and like detectives sniffing out a lie. "Where did you meet? Who cooks more? What side of the bed does he sleep on?" I answered everything. My voice was steady, but my heart wasn't. When they left, Leo whispered, "We'll be fine." But that night, I found a letter taped to our door. Inside was a photo, me and Leo at a cafe, laughing. Underneath it said, "You should be careful what you fake. Some people are watching." I froze. Someone was following us. Leo thought it was Claire. I refused to believe that, but deep down, I wasn't sure anymore. Days turned into weeks of anxiety. We rehearsed our story like actors before a show, but every glance, every touch started to feel real. And that terrified me more than the officers, because somewhere between pretending and surviving, I'd fallen in love. One night, I couldn't sleep. I told him maybe we should end it, confess, let him go. He just looked at me and said softly, "And what? The lie or us?" I didn't answer. I couldn't. Then the officers came again, this time unannounced. They questioned me for hours. "When did you fall in love with him?" one asked, and for once I told the truth. I didn't plan to. It just happened. She studied my face, wrote something down, and left without another word. Days passed. No calls, no letters, just silence. Then one afternoon my phone rang. "Ms. Brooks," a calm voice said, "your case has been reviewed. You and Mr. Hernandez are cleared. You're free." I dropped the phone. Leo caught me as I cried. For the first time in months, we could breathe. Claire called later. Her voice was distant, but softer. "I was angry," she said. "Not because you married him, but because I didn't see how much you cared." I told her I didn't either. Not until it was almost too late. Life started over. Quietly. Leo painted again, I got a small art job, and the apartment finally felt like home. One evening, as sunlight poured through the window, he looked at me and said, "You know, we never really had a wedding." I laughed. "That's because it was fake." He smiled, stepping closer. "So let's make it real." And when he kissed me, under the same roof where every lie began, it didn't feel like pretending anymore. It felt like the truest thing in the world.